comment, rate, subscribe. Merch in the description. Check out our Facebook pages. We got marketplaces you can buy and sell stuff on. So this is my Jiren hit and win deck. 1 copy of the leader, 4 lightning fast hits, 4 hit space time transcendent, 4 total righteous aid, 4 pride collective cocoa, right? Cocoa. I just call it Coco. 4 Jiren Shackles of the Past, 4 Oceania Shenron, 4 Ghost Attack Super Saiyan 3 Go Tanks, a classic. Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, 4 Bodyguard Electric, 4 East Supreme Kai, 3 Piccolo Jr. Descendant of the King, 3 Frost for the Clan, 3 Jiren Legend of University 11, and 1 Goku and Frieza Miraculous Conclusion. So the burn cards in our deck is obviously Goku and Frieza. They could burn for 1 by using his active main. Hit when you evolve him, deals 2 damage to your opponent. And the other than burning your opponent for game, the other win con in the deck is the going wide double strike strategy of the almighty, all incomparable Ghost Attack Super Saiyan 3 Go Tanks. I've only lost once using this card. Like I used it, tried to go for game, failed, and that was against one of my friends. And then the other time, actually, it wasn't a loss. I actually should have won, but the problem is it was a bullshit situation where someone tries to, claim that they discarded for dormant potential unleash when they actually didn't, which is the only reason why I played Ghost Attack Trunks for game, because I knew they had it because they got it back from the drop to their hand with the effect of Roshi. Roshi's currently banned, but there was a time where Roshi wasn't banned and my opponent was able to recycle and get back dormant potential unleash, but when they used it, they didn't discard a card for the card. Had a video recording of it and everything, so there's proof somewhere, right, of the situation. I think the video is up on the channel showing that they didn't discard. So me playing this and going for game was legit, but they wanted to argue. It's like, all right, whatever, it's not that deep. All I care about was playing the strategy, showing what the deck is capable of doing. Whether I win or lose is irrelevant, obviously. I'm just showing what the deck can do. So typically when I play this, it's game, because it's hard for your opponent to out combo 4 attacks, right? Especially when they only have like 2 life. So even if they manage to out combo 3 of your 4 attacks, right, there's still 2 damage going through. So definitely one of my classic favorites. I'm a fan of the Super Saiyan 3 form, and then this was pretty awesome card. And it's a set 2 card. This shit was busted when me and my friends saw it. I was like, wait, what? That is awesome. And of course we played it, so we are fully aware of how powerful this card really is. But it's been a long time since I used this. Like, I think for the first year of the existence of this game, this was like always an auto include on a lot of my decks, especially red decks. That's when I used to do the just like 2 copies of a card. I would tech it in, because you only need to draw that Go Tanks 1 time and play it 1 time, and it's game over. So it was a 1 card win con. So I'm bringing it back. Yes, this deck has 4 copies of it, for the consistency. So just bringing back a classic goodie but an oldie. Plus, it's a really good card to use in general. It never stopped being good. It's just that I just stopped using it because I was leaning towards winning through burn than winning through trying to attack, especially when there's stuff like Flying Nimbus. I think that happened to me one time. My friend Flying Nimbus me when I dropped this and tried to swing. I ended up winning the next turn because he didn't have anything for the clapback, but he was able to slow me down. So it's like, yeah, going wide is nice. Going tall is nice, but it's not always reliable. Ironically, burn is more reliable. You just gotta succeed in performing the burn and you're good. But attacks, this game, has a lot of defense, a lot of negates, right? A lot of blockers. You can out combo attacks, but what you can't out combo is mill and burn, which is why I focus on those as win cons. So that's why this deck has burn. But I'm like, oh man, this is such a good card, so classic, so me, so might as well bring it back. And of course we got our floodgate negates, through the effects of topo, MVP all day every day, plus he's universe 11, so he goes with the leader's active battle ability, which is choose one card in your life and add it to your hand until the start of your next main phase. As long as you have a universe 11 card in play, you don't take damage from your opponent's attacks. You can still get burned, you just don't take battle damage, right? So, and then you notice it just says universe 6. It doesn't say red, universe 6, or yellow, or a 1-drop or something like that. It says universe 6, and Topo is the universe, not universe 6, universe 11. So that matters. So he's universe 11. Coco is universe 11, and so is the 1-drop Jiren that already has built-in barrier, and it's red, so it's on brand, right? Is universe 11. So you got 12 universe 11s in the deck. Of course we got the lightning hit, fast hit package. We got the space time to help us evolve into this from our drop or warp, if we ever in that scenario. What I do is I combo lightning fast hit like early game, just to get them to the drop, and then later on late game I use hit space time to bring lightning fast hit out and evolve and burn my opponent for game, and that's why it's called hit and win. Wordplay on the concept of hit and run, hit and win. We got Oceanus, on your opponent's turn she only costs 2, and then she's a block, she negates an attack, you discard a card, you can block because she's a blocker, so you can potentially stop 2 attacks with her, and she has a floodgate like ability where if your opponent attacks, your opponent mills 4 cards off the top of your deck, but you have to play a card prior to this. So you could try to do something slick where you drop a topo, then drop Oceanus afterwards, and that will give you the blanket ability where for every attack your opponent has to drop 2 cards from their hands, and they have to drop 4 cards from the top of their deck. So that's 6 cards per attack if you play these 2 in the same turn. And then of course her being a blocker helps in case your opponent tries to go tall and be like, all right, you know what, I'll attack 1 time with a quadruple strike or some ridiculous thing, and I'll dump my whole hand into the attack. You'll be like, all right, well, I'm gonna block that. Yeah, I'm gonna block that. All right, so there's that. I already mentioned Go Tanks allows you to go wide. If you have 4 or less cards in your hands, him and the tokens get double strike, and you get 3 tokens when you play them, 3 15k tokens. So that's potential 8 damage all by itself. That's why I'm like, it's a 1-card win con. You play it, you literally have 8 damage on board off of 1 card for 5 energy. Too good, too good. So definitely gotta bring them back. Gotta bring Sexy back. Kaioken Goku, we only use him for his auto. You play him board wipe. So obviously you could try to take advantage of that. Clearing your opponent's board is always good because you always want to. The whole idea obviously always is to try to get to to the kill turn, as it were. And this deck, turn 5 tends to be like the kill turn. You could play this on turn 5 and burn your opponent for game, or play this on turn 5 and attack for game if you're in the right position. You typically want your opponent's hand size to be 6 or less when you drop this bad boy and go in for game. Plus you want them to be tapped out, no blockers, the usual. Even if it has those negates where you pay like a testing out position or something like that, it wouldn't matter too much. You have 4 attacks. The best you can do is try to stop 2 attacks. You still got 2 left to potentially go through, and one of those attacks gotta get through, right? So there's that. So this is the original Obuni, the ultimate, right? Bodyguard Legend, of course, he's a pretty high for early aggro. Don't need to really explain the unisons much. You know, this serves their purposes. This is your draw engine and a potential board wipe. This is your blocker. Obviously, this is a double strike. You know, it helps you kill unisons with the double strike part of the effect, plus just double strike. And then of course it's -3 ability, and this auto can help you defend yourself and kill stuff on your opponent's turn. And of course you got your 40k dual attack, so you have 2 chances of potentially beat your opponent by attacking. Your opponent can't activate counter or blocker, so pretty much they can't stop this attack. They'll have to out combo it. But then you have the active main where you can remove this from the game in order to burn your opponent for 1. So your opponent does not want to be at 2 or 1 life, because you'll either beat them with this, or you'll beat them with this, or you'll just drop this and beat them with that. So you got some options, and you just play the deck as is. The main concept is that we're trying try not to attack with the leader, because when you attack you take a life, and you don't want to do that. You rather let your opponent do damage, and you gain your card advantage that way. And of course you use Piccolo Jr. as your draw engine, so this makes up for the fact that you should not be attacking with your leader. Technically you could get away with turn 1 attack on the leader, just to try to get some quick damage in, especially if you have E Supreme Kai, right, and Bodyguard Logic. Then you might want to do that. Like, that's the only reason I would do it. I would attack with the leader, is that I'm going to double strike with the leader and then hit him with Bodyguard Logic and try to do 3 damage as soon as turn 1, because the sooner I get my opponent down to 2, the better, and try to do the lightning fast hits or Goku Frieza thing. As you can see, the deck is 50, so I cut down the unisons, of course, just to increase the deck's speed, by making it 50. And then of course we got Piccolo Jr., and you could try to use the leader once in a while to draw, but don't overdo it. You want to conserve your life as much as possible. You want your opponent to get you down to 4, then you awaken, and then from there you can start swinging and get your card advantage that way with that and Piccolo. And then of course having Jiren, which is Universe 11 with Barrier, so he'll be able to stick on the field longer. He'll be able to help you trigger your leader's active battle ability, and you want to at least have 4 life, because the idea is you want to try to use that ability 3 times, right, and try to get 3 extra turns. So so the idea is don't try to awaken as quickly as possible. This is the opposite. The idea is not to awaken. When you awaken, is because you have to, and it's to keep you in the game longer, so you can finish your opponent off with your win cons. And that's the end of the video.